Hello everyone and welcome to Platinum Life Gaming. I'm the Mad Gamer and today we got a brand new one for you. The Silent Hill 2 Remake, which was released on October 8th, 2024. 23 years after the original game was released back in 2001. Having never played Silent Hill 2 before, I had no idea what the story was about, and that is always exciting for me. In a day and age where every game is getting a remake or a remaster, it is always nice when there is an original game, or, as in this case, I am lucky enough to find one that I haven't played before. The platinum in this game is estimated to take between 20 and 30 hours, breaking this down into 2 playthroughs, and needing a whopping 120 collectibles broken up into 3 categories, each with their own trophy. We got 68 memos, which are the notes and clues found throughout the game. There are 26 strange photos, these possibly showing snapshots of the backstory, but their significance is never really explained. And 26 glimpses of the past. These are important locations from the original, and maybe if I had played the original game, they would have meant more to me, rather than just being a hassle to look for. And the unfortunate part of all that is that the collectibles do not carry through to future playthroughs. And the fact that this game is chocked full of points of no return make the collectibles highly missable. Coming across a graveyard, we find this woman, Angela, who is searching for her missing family.
Yeah, I'm looking for Silent Hill. Is this the right way?
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but there's only the one road. You can't miss it.
Anyone in here?
We have trophies for completing the game on New Game Plus, for finishing the game in under 10 hours, and there are 6 different endings, each with its own trophy.
Definitely not as polished as I thought it would be.
Fortunately for us, we can earn all 6 in just 2 playthroughs by reloading a save from a specific point and of course making sure we have checked off the necessary requirements to get a specific ending. With all that administrative stuff out of the way, let's get down to it. We play the game as James Sunderland, a man who believes his wife, 3 years deceased, has written him a letter.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place.
Finding this old information board and pamphlet version of the town map.
Hey, enjoy your stay. Reach Silent Hill.
What is this?
Inside the neglected flower shop, we find this odd smear on the ground and decide to follow it.
More of that stuff.
Stuff. Call it what it is, bro. Blood trail.
And one of my least favorite things in video games, let's highlight the areas that we can interact with rather than having the gamer figure it out on their own.
This seems like a really good idea.
Ending up in this house and forced to move forward due to the garage door being our first point of no return. We find a hand radio, which we must turn off immediately to avoid voiding a trophy.
Stay back.
Whoa, bro.
Is this what I saw in the fog? Whatever it is, it's not human.
What is happening in this game? There it is.
The ominous fog of Silent Hill keeps us guessing at what is lurking around. The sound effects are great, playing on our heightened sense with our visibility so restricted.
I think it's dead, man. You can never be so sure.
The town of Silent Hill is full of buildings to search, collectibles and items to find, puzzles to solve, locked doors to run into, enemies to stomp, and of course, windows to shatter. The first chapter of this game, our main objective in town, is to solve a jukebox puzzle. Inside this cash register, we find the first item that we need, the Neely's bar coin.
Come on in.
While searching the laundromat, I actually thought that this enemy might have been a collectible, much like the scarabs in Orsina of Time.
Oh, that thing. That thing, man. Let's put an end to that. I wonder if that's like a collectible.
It's here in the record store that we find the vinyl glue, as well as one half of a broken record. We also earn our next trophy.
Shattered. Destroy 50 windows.
Inside of some apartment building, we come to this bathroom and hole in the wall, having to press the interact button 3 times in order to shove my entire arm into the nasty hole and remove the jukebox button. This multiple pressing of the same button to confirm an action happened so many times through the game and lost its desired effect immediately. Rather than suspense and fear, I just wanted James to get on with it so I could stay immersed in the actual game. Having collected all the required pieces, we can now work on the jukebox puzzle.
Hey, there it is.
Park on the lake. I spent the whole day there.
I think you broke it, bro.
In some great irony, fixing the jukebox just to break it, we now have the Neely bar key, which we can use to access the alley behind the bar. It's in this back alley that we can search these bloody clothes and find the Woodside Apartments key.
What the hell?
As enemies surround us and a storm brews, the best way forward is to run.
Hey, nice and cozy. Reach the Woodside Apartments.
Inside the reception area, we find this machine and learn that we will need 3 coins in order to interact with it. Locating a flashlight, we are ready to investigate the apartments, which are dark as night. The light we project giving us only a narrow beam of visibility. We also get a new enemy, the 4-legged horse-kicking mannequin.
That was a bit much, man.
Rather than going straight on, we decide to go through the bars on an angle to try to reach the key when this happens.
Hey! Wait! Damn it. What's a kid doing here?
You never know. Try to open locked doors 50 times.
We have to make our way through this seemingly empty apartment. In an apartment on the other side, we find in a nice red shopping cart a handgun. Making our way back, we go through the wall into that empty apartment.
That guy wasn't there the first time.
Before doing this, I recommend making a backup save so after you're finished you can reload and have all your ammo. However, shooting out the welcome home balloons.
Let's not party. Shoot all the balloons in the Woodside Apartments.
Inside of this safe, we find the first coin. Inside the laundry room, we can find cans of the bloody apple juice, and we are able to throw that down the garbage chute.
Oh, hey, the coin.
Heading outside, we can pick up that coin, but unfortunately not the apple juice. Inside of a first floor apartment, we find this guy in the fridge. And we find Eddie, who is not feeling great after also finding that dead body in the fridge.
I swear,
Hey, are you okay?
I didn't do anything. He was like that when I got here.
We learn that Eddie was also drawn to Silent Hill, and we pass on the advice for him to get as far away as possible before we head out into the courtyard. Kneading into the stroller in the drained pool, we fire some warning shots, hoping to clear the enemies out. This allows us to jump down and grab the last coin out of the stroller.
Okay, the maiden under the tree, the man under the moon. From behind the wind. Whoa. Okay, so the woman goes here and the man flips. Oh, he moved one. Okay. Okay, is there a snake? There's the snake. Oh, we're on fire. Let's go. Oh, look at that. We did it.
Completing that puzzle has earned us the apartment 201 key, and we head there.
Dude, who's that guy? Yeah, good idea, man. Run. Yeah, I don't think the bullet's gonna hurt that guy. Yeah, see? Like, it's a metal helmet, donkey. So Evil Within totally took, like, that guy's concept and changed it by putting the safe on that other guy. But, like, not having played this game before, this is really good. I feel like it wouldn't be as meaningful if you'd already played it, but
After getting our first glimpse at Pyramid Head, I was happy to not be messed up by that intimidating force of evil. And after the cutscene, we can grab this collectible here and head through a nearby door.
hey, trophy, otherworldly. Enter the other world for the first time.
Chapter 3 begins, and we are given our first gameplay inside the other world. Much darker, rustic, and a nightmarish environment. Our goal here is to find the 3 hands of a grandfather clock.
Blunt force trauma. Kill 75 enemies with melee weapons.
After finding the hour hand, we have to get a little dirty to find the minute hand.
Oh yeah. Yum yum, bud.
We run into Angela, the girl from the cemetery, and after talking her off the ledge, she leaves us her knife. This is a key item when trying to go for a certain ending. Finding yet another hole in the wall, which we have to interact with 3 times.
Bro, you gotta be careful where you're sticking your hand.
We find the second hand. After putting all 3 hands into the grandfather clock and selecting the correct time, we unlock the door to the final boss fight of this chapter.
Let's just run.
This sequence lasts about 3.5 minutes. At the time, I didn't know you can't actually hurt him. You just have to survive.
Past. Make your way out of the Blue Creek apartments.
Starting chapter 4, we come across the little girl from the apartment building.
What you got there?
None of your business. You didn't love Mary anyway.
What? Hey, wait! How do you know her name?
Arriving at the same area from the jukebox flashback, we find Maria, at the end of a pier. She is nearly a spitting image of Mary, and James can't believe the resemblance. Maria, knowing that Mary is dead, despite James not having revealed this info.
I don't look like a ghost.
Maria starts trying to flirt with James and plays the scared victim when James doesn't want her to accompany him, agreeing to let Maria show him a place nearby that she thinks two lovers would find special, and perhaps the place Mary mentioned in her letter. Heading out, we pop.
Hey, uncanny. Meet Maria.
Our hidden goal with Maria is to make her feel like we care, pay attention, listen, avoid inventory items that have anything to do with Mary, and keep Maria safe.
There, we can go through the motel.
These and a few late game choices will help tip the invisible scales to the Maria ending. Knowing that on my first playthrough would have been helpful, as Maria wants to cross a street and enter the motel, not run up and down every street searching every corner looking for little collectibles that are hidden away. It's inside of Pete's Bowl-orama that we find a mostly eaten pizza, which turns out to be a glimpse of the past and...
James.
Hey, leftovers.
Or you can just sit.
No,
Find the pizza
it's
in
not that.
Pete's
Just-
Bowl-orama.
Finally listening to Maria and heading through the motel, while searching one of the rooms, we get a nice little Easter egg, as you see Maria holding the outfit she wore in the original game back in 2001. After making our way out the back of the motel and coming up empty at the park Maria thought was a special place, we end up finding Eddie in a movie theater and learn that the little girl we have seen twice already is named Laura. It turns out that Laura is in the theater and runs off towards a nearby building. As we pursue her up the front steps, we earn the trophy.
Admitted. Reach Brookhaven Hospital.
Once inside the hospital, we see Laura playing in the stairwell. Upon seeing James, she flees yet again. Priority 1 is to get power back to the elevator. After turning on the Jenny and using the elevator to access the second floor, Maria needs to take a break and proceeds to lie down in one of the rooms. No worries, I'll just run around and figure everything out. Don't let the monsters bite you. In all honesty, it is always better going solo than having to worry about Maria.
What, they got pipes now?
Hey, a new enemy. I think that brings the total count to 4 enemies. We get psycho nurses.
Holy bullet sponge, man.
Making our way to the director's office, we find this chapter's puzzle objective. A safe missing a button, just like the jukebox. It also needs a combination. and there's a key in the clutches of the mannequin hand in the center of the office, requiring 3 bracelets. So, off we go in search of these items. By now, you get the gist of what the majority of the early game entails. This X-ray puzzle giving me flashbacks to the recent Alone in the Dark game, but rather than Jeremy's darkness, we get a combination. And after using that combination to access this room, we find a bracelet. Let's face it, this guy doesn't need it anymore. Using all 3 bracelets and solving the code gives us a key that we need to access the room containing the safe button as well as the combination for the safe. Out of it, we retrieve the rooftop key.
Whoa.
And it is here on the roof that we get our next experience with Pyramid Head. Surviving that fall, we are able to find Laura, and she agrees to show us a letter from Mary, after telling us that Mary and her were friends, and that they had met last year at the hospital. Laura, conniving as she is, locks James into a room, and we are forced into a fight with the ceiling caged monster known as Fleshlip. Once I figured out that you had to shoot his hands so he would drop from the ceiling, allowing you to wail away on him until he fled back into the roof panels. From here, it was a simple rinse and repeat until you defeated him.
Wow, what are you doing?
Our victory short-lived as another Fleshlip seemingly pulls us into the ceiling and into the otherworldly version of the Brookhaven Hospital. However, for defeating the Fleshlip, we earned the trophy.
Nightmare Fuel.
Our main puzzle objective in Chapter 6 is this box. 1 key and 2 combinations are required to open it. With this puzzle and many others in the game, if they require a combination, make note of it, because on your second playthrough you can enter the combination immediately, skipping majority of the level. Skipping ahead, ready to enter our final combination to open the box.
There we go. It's empty. That's awesome.
Fear not, James, because from tragedy comes triumph, and we are shown the way. Obtaining the missing elevator button to sub-floor 1, or the basement. Taking the elevator down, we reunite with Maria, who is somehow in the other world as well. James and Maria quickly find the lead ring. Combining this, along with the copper ring on the outstretched finger in the wall, we reveal our passage forward. But, like they say in a bear chase, you only have to outrun one person.
I was not expecting that. Hey, alone again. Survived the chase in Brookhaven Hospital.
Chapter 7 has us finding the hospital entrance key, allowing us to finally leave this building. Before doing so, we see Laura out the window running away. While pursuing Laura, we earn another trophy.
Merciless. Finish off 50 enemies with a stomp attack.
Was anyone else hoping to hear Arlenchino's voice, the king of riddles in the city of Krat? It was just a prank call. There was nobody there. However, we did get a wrench, which allows us to access the next area, as well as a memo that tells us the key we are looking for is at the foot of the praying woman statue in the park. Hanging around well after dark in the park is our young teenage friend Angela, who seems to get very distraught at the mention of young Laura. Adding to the already existing theme of this game, Angela runs off, leaving us to dig up the key to the Historical Society. Remembering that exact location from the gallivanting we went on with Maria, we head there. Along the way, we can make a quick stop at the motel, specifically room 106, and interact with this wall.
All themes in order. Discover the secret of room 106.
Arriving at the Historical Society, we use the key to enter the building. Inside, we find a very long staircase that takes over a minute of in-game time to run down.
Hey, into the abyss. Reach the end of the long staircase.
Chapter 8, being the Historical Society, was very quick. Chapter 9, we start in the prison. The prison, being another heavily puzzle-driven chapter, has us looking for weights to use on a scale which is out in the prison yard. After finding one weight, you can tip the scale to point to one of the large circles. Those indicate a door in the prison which you have just opened. Inside of each door, another weight awaits you. Repeat this over and over until you have entered all 4 doors and have all weights. While doing that, we find the rifle, already having the shotgun from the Brookhaven Hospital, the handgun from back in the apartments, as well as the 2 melee weapons, the steel pipe and the wooden plank. Getting a kill with each one of those earns us the trophy
James of all trades.
and for killing 75 enemies with a ranged weapon.
No big deal.
Using all of the weights to properly balance the scales gives you access to the final puzzle of the prison area and eventually a way out. If you picked the wrong noose here out of the 6 options, you were dropped in a hole and had to fight your way out. Picking the correct one drops us into Chapter 11, The Labyrinth. This area starts out very strange. Well, strange I guess, as most of this game is already strange. Angela is clearly scared of someone, and that someone turns out to be a manifested monster version of her sexually abusive father. This monster is named Abstract Daddy and depicts 2 people and a bed frame. For defeating this monster, and thankfully moving on, we earn
Unforgivable.
this otherworldly labyrinth continues to spiral as we move further through it.
Maria? Maria! I thought that thing killed you. Are you hurt?
Not at all, silly.
But the thing... It stabbed you. There was blood everywhere.
Stabbed me? You were always so forgetful. Remember that time in the hotel?
Maria?
You said you took everything. But you forgot that videotape we made.
With no idea what is going on with Maria, James is forced to take on the rotating cube puzzle. Rotating the cube until a pathway reveals itself. Following this and navigating through each section brings you right back to the rotating cube again. You do this a total of 3 times before you can move on. Not wanting to downplay the excitement of sticking my arm in more holes,
This dude loves his holes.
and fighting more enemies in dimly lit corridors that I could barely see, we actually earned a trophy in this section as well.
Inner sanctum. Find his room?
That's his room? Yeah, we're out of here. And in yet another bizarre twist, we find Maria. Only this time she appears the way that we would expect her to after the elevator chase. Having finally completed all of the cube puzzle, Pyramid Head's sword now stands in its place. Dragging this massively heavy sword, we are now able to pass through the hallway of bodies. After making our way through that hallway, we have to interact with this grave 3 times, which drops us into the final scene of this chapter.
Eddie? Whoa, Eddie. It's me.
Oh. Hi, James.
Hi, Eddie.
Eddie, what are you doing?
Well, what's it look like I'm doing? You fat, disgusting piece of shit, you make me sick. You gonna cry, fat ass? You gonna run to your mama? Waste of skin, why don't you just kill yourself? Do you know what it does to you, James? When you're hated, picked on, spit on, just because of the way you look?
A severely bullied and unhinged Eddie leaves James no choice. Kill or be killed.
This is it, James.
At the conclusion of this boss fight, we earned
A human being. Kill Eddie.
Chapter 12 starts as we leave the meat locker. We can grab this strange photo tucked behind the staircase out of the way. From there, it is a nice romantic boat ride for one across Toluca Lake. But before rowing across the lake, we can sit out in the water for 10 minutes and earn the trophy Scourge of Toluca Lake. Crossing to the other side and making our way up these stairs popped the trophy
This place hasn't changed at all.
Hey, glimmer of hope. Reach the Lakeview Hotel.
now in chapter 13, but before heading inside the hotel, we want to make sure we grab this rotten apple, as it is needed to sway the invisible scales towards the in water or evil ending. There is also a glimpse of the past in this garden area. Once inside the hotel, we find Laura.
Just
She gives James a letter that Mary had written for her, and James learns that Mary wrote it just prior to Laura's 8th birthday, which was only 1 week ago. As we set out searching the hotel for answers and the 3 missing figurines for the music box puzzle, we end up in the hall, where we find the key for room 202 and the ripe apple. It is said that this will help push the game towards the leave, or good ending, as well as the Maria ending. Now, making a manual save, we can enter room 202, where we chose to put the ripe apple on the pedestal. We can also pick up a figurine for the music box in room 201. Next, we can find the can opener, which we have to shoot the glass to drop this box into the room below. We can also find the light bulb before unlocking the fireplace and finding another figurine. We are now 1 away from being able to complete the music box puzzle and this chapter. If only it were that quick. Instead, we are forced to fight the Mandarin mini-boss. This guy is nothing special. Dodge and attack. Pick your spots. Keep your distance until the time is right, and then attack. After the fight, we can find the paint can and use the can opener to open it. Then, painting the light bulb red, we use that to reveal the combination for the briefcase. Inside, we find the key to the employee elevator. Having to leave our stuff behind due to a strict weight limit for this elevator, we head down to the first floor with no weapons, healing items, or notes. And while in the kitchen area, we can touch this serving cart.
Hey, it's bread. Interact with bread.
After yet another puzzle, we get the combination to this safe, and inside we find the basement key and a videotape. Could this be the tape that Maria mentioned? Prior to exiting the basement, we find the Little Mermaid figurine. However, before attempting the music box puzzle, we wisely return to the locker and grab all of our gear. After unlocking the door to the music box and placing all 3 figurines inside, we have to spin the plates to line up the paths. Now we just turn the key based on how far each plaque says they need to move. Correctly completing all of those steps earns us the 3rd floor key.
Oh, truly special. Reach room 312.
And it is here inside of room 312 we can finally see what is on that videotape.
You know what I heard? This whole area used to be a sacred place. I think I can see why. It's too bad we have to leave. Promise you'll take me again, James.
I killed her.
After coming to the hard realization of what he had done, we enter the final chapter. And just like every other time our psyche has taken a hit, it's into the other world we go.
Hey, trophy. Echoes. Witness all glimpses of the past in a single playthrough.
In our final cutscene with Angela, as James closes in on a full mental breakdown, he can now see the manifested delusions as Angela does.
You see it too? For me, it's always like this.
Continuing on and picking up this memo, we earned the trophy.
Hey, trophy. Archivist. Collect all memos in a single playthrough.
Watching Maria die yet again, this time at the hands of 2 pyramid heads. We are thrown into another boss fight. Taking down these 2, or rather, them taking themselves down after we dealt enough damage. For surviving this, we earned the trophy.
Hey, obsolete. Destroy what you do not need.
Clutched in the hands of each enemy is a scarlet egg and a rust-colored egg. Placing one in each of the 2 doors, we have to choose which door to exit through. These are said to act just like the apples. Opting for the scarlet egg, we enter a long hallway. Here, we have to run down while listening to a merry monologue. If we stop and listen to this, we are pushing towards the in-water or evil ending. If we continue to run and exit the hall before she is finished, we are pushing towards both the leave ending as well as the Maria ending. Just through that door, we can find yet another collectible.
Hey, pieces unarranged. Collect all the strange photos in a single playthrough. I think that's it for the collectible trophies.
Climbing to the top of this ladder, we have our final boss fight before we are rewarded with one of 3 possible endings on our first playthrough.
I won't let you go. I can't!
This turned out to be a 3-stage boss fight against the Maria version of the Fleshlip that we fought earlier.
Holy, finally.
That ends the game and earns us
That part of me. Defeat her.
And in the cutscene that follows, we learn that Mary had asked James to help her end it. James reveals that he did it because he hated her and wanted her dead so he could have his life back. And we receive another Mary monologue as she reads the letter she gave to James moments before she dies, giving us the idea that immediately after James receives the letter, he kills Mary and then leaves Silent Hill. James, ridden with guilt, has a mental break and pulls his car over to where we start the game, this signifying James is stuck in a loop and cannot leave Silent Hill.
And for
On this playthrough, we earn the leave ending. The game is all about how each player interprets each ending for themselves. For me, this ending was all about James confronting the guilt he felt for killing Mary, coming to terms with what was happening with her disease, being able to take Laura and leave the grasp that the town of Silent Hill had on him. The town plays on your breaking psyche, and him coming to terms and accepting what happened allowed him to leave. And we earned the following trophies.
Making peace. Reach the leave ending. And radio silence. Complete the game without using the radio. Nice.
Despite reloading the game multiple times and trying to use the rotten apple and the rust-colored egg, or looking at Angela's knife multiple times, nothing would tip the scale towards the in-water ending. Since I missed the Maria ending as well, I decided it was time to see what trophies were left and start a New Game Plus run.
No turning back now. Try to leave Silent Hill in the observation deck area. Huh, nice, we could have done that at the beginning.
The first playthrough took me 12 hours and 44 minutes. Turns out there was actually a trophy for finishing the game in under 10 hours. With all my combinations noted down and collectibles out of the way, I knew this should be a pretty easy trophy. Once entering into New Game Plus, you unlock the ability to earn 3 additional endings, each needed for trophies. These are much more straightforward. Collect items that were not available on the first playthrough and use them in a specific way to get the ending. Picking up this book in the graveyard was the first of 4 items needed for the rebirth ending.
What we found? Hey, lumberjack. Find the chainsaw.
This chainsaw was deadly and was the only way to finish the second playthrough without using a weapon to kill any enemies. And in a very cool homage towards the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, we sometimes get this action from James. Quickly making our way through the second playthrough and back to the Lake View Hotel. The first ending we can get is the dog ending. Having picked up 2 pieces of the broken key along the way, we can unlock this door on the 3rd floor. And we get a joke ending, showing a what-if scenario of this dog controlling everything that happens in Silent Hill.
Fuck that shit. Nie. To nie może być prawda.
Faster than fog. Finish the game in under 10 hours. I saw that town. Complete New Game Plus on any difficulty. The goodest boy. Reach the dog ending. As close as you like. Finish the game without killing enemies using ranged weapons.
Our next ending requires us to have picked up the blue gem in the jewelry shop window. We could have used that blue gem on the roof right after we found the button to the jukebox puzzle. We can also use that blue gem here after talking to Maria for the first time. And again on the edge of the dock as soon as we cross Toluca Lake. And finally, if you use the blue gem in room 312 of the Lakeview Motel, close to the VCR.
Tinfoil hat. Reach the UFO ending. What am I watching here?
Finishing the game having these 4 items in your inventory: the Crimson Ceremony book from the graveyard, which we saw, the White Charism from the table in the Baldwin Mansion, the Obsidian Goblet from the Historical Society, and the Lost Memories book from inside the Lost and Found room at the Lake View Hotel will automatically give you the rebirth ending. In this ending, we have James performing a ritual in an attempt to bring Mary back to life.
This town, Silent Hill. The old gods haven't left this place. And they still grant power to those who venerate them. Mary.
Defy even death. Reach the rebirth ending.
Climbing the stairs to the final boss fight and seeing Maria sitting in the bed means we finally have unlocked the Maria ending. After finishing the game, we see James choosing Maria. James shows he has learned nothing, and rather than dealing with everything, he pretends nothing has changed. However, in a twisted sign of fate, we see Maria cough, showing she has the same disease as Mary, and James is set to repeat that loop once again.
Better do something about that cough.
Vicious Circle. Reach the Maria ending. Yeah, finally got it.
Leaving my health lower, never using the syringes, examining Angela's knife quite often, and reading the suicidal note from the hospital rooftop over and over throughout this playthrough helped me get this ending.
I miss you so much. I tried. I really did, but I can't. Just can't go on without you.
Only way out. Reach the water ending. Party like it's 2001. See all the classic endings. And you made me happy. The Platinum Trophy for Silent Hill 2 Remake.
I started this game on launch day, and it took me 21 hours to platinum. Despite having minor graphical hiccups in a couple of places, and, in my opinion, a limited variety of enemies, the complexity of this dark story and the way that each ending is interpreted in so many different ways by the players, I have to say, beat it. Go get that platinum. Thank you everyone for watching. I truly appreciate it. Please drop a like and hit that subscribe button. It really helps support this channel. Until next time, take care. And remember, it's a platinum life.